Welcome to my channel. My name is Mandy. I have a little pottery business called Earthen Vessels Ceramics, and we're going to do a little glaze and chat today. So I'm going to get all my pieces ready so that we can glaze them all. All right. I'm going to start off with my textured turquoise glaze. It is one of my favorite glazes. We are going to start with that, and we're going to talk a little bit about how I got into pottery. So I went to school for my associates in arts, so I took a lot of different art classes in college. I went to a community college here in Illinois. I took a drawing class, I took an art history class, and then I took a ceramics class one of my semesters, and I really enjoyed it. And I've always been a very artsy person, and so I feel like pottery kind of came naturally to me. And so after my pottery class, that was in 2023 that I took that class. After I took it, I kind of thought about it off and on, but it didn't really seem like a possible thing for me to even really do because there's a lot of things that you need to do pottery, a lot of different equipment that can get kind of pricey. So I thought about it off and on. I kind of brought it up here and there. I got married 2 years ago in April. The first year of our marriage, I brought it up a few times every once in a while, and he was very good at encouraging me to do it, but I was also scared because growing up, I felt like art was never really a real career path. Felt like you couldn't make money off of being an artist. So, yeah, I never really thought that I could do any form of art and make money or have it as a job. And then on our anniversary trip last year of 2024, no, our anniversary trip this year, 2025, in April, I had brought it up and I was like, I want to do pottery. And he said, why don't you? And I was mainly just scared to do it, like I said. But yeah, so he said, go for it. So I slowly started taking money from the job that I had, the tips that I was getting. I was waitressing, and I started using my tips, and I started a bank account, and I started putting tips into that bank account and slowly saving up money to start getting equipment. I got my pottery wheel. I got all of my clay and glazes and tools from a company called Blick, and I really, really like their website. It's the website that I used in college to get my supplies. It was the website that my teacher wanted us to use, and I'm really glad that she had us use it because they have such a wide array of supplies that they have on there. They have so many painting supplies and drawing supplies and pottery stuff. I order all my clay from there, so I got clay and glaze from there, and I got my wheel from Vevor, Vevor, and it was like a super inexpensive wheel. It's been working super well for me. I enjoy it a lot. It's a really great beginner wheel. So I got all this stuff, and then a family friend who I had talked to in the past had been gifted a kiln from a high school. They had extra money and they were getting new kilns, and so he somehow got gifted one for free, and they weren't using it because none of them knew how to do pottery. So I inquired if I could borrow it, and they let me use it for free My grandpa got it all hooked up in his shop, and so I'm super thankful for that because if they wouldn't have had a free kiln, it probably would have been a long time until I actually got into it because the kiln is one of the most expensive things. The cheapest one that you can get online that's super tiny, you can fit like 4 mugs in it. Um, that one's like $1,300 to $1,500, and so it's just a very large cost if you don't really know how to do pottery and you're just getting into it. It can be very scary to invest that much money. So I was very thankful to be able to use a kiln for free or get one for free. And yeah, my grandpa got it all hooked up because it's a 220-volt kiln. So yeah, he got it all hooked up for me. It's not something you can just plug into your household outlets. Um, so I also would not have been able to do it without him, without my grandpa, because I don't know anything about electricity. Yeah, so that's kind of how I got into doing pottery. Um, I would not have been able to do it without my husband as well because I am very wary to try new things. I've never really had my own business. My husband has started a lot of businesses and he's definitely a entrepreneur, and I give up on things very easily, and without him I would have given up very quickly and just not done it because it was hard. So I started acquiring things in April, and then I was able to fire my first kiln load in August. So I got everything going pretty quick. I went to like my first market in like September because my husband sells coffee. So he was already signed up for markets. So I just started taking my stuff with, and I think I sold like 5 pieces at my first market. So that was very exciting and encouraging that people actually wanted my stuff. It's definitely not always like that. It's been a super fun journey, and I very much enjoy I like painting, so glazing is really fun for me. I love throwing. It's definitely something you have to stay consistent at because kind of get out of practice very fast if you're not constantly throwing. So when I moved to this new studio, I had been selling stuff around like Thanksgiving, and so I had sold quite a bit of my stuff. And then we ended up moving here, and so I didn't have all of my stuff set up. And yeah, so I just took a break for a little while. I didn't throw for like a month. When I got back into it, it was not great. It definitely took a little bit to get back into it. Yeah, but it's super fun. It's a very rewarding art. I enjoy making tactile art that people can use, like bowls and mugs and custom orders like candle holders. It's really fun to get custom orders and be able to bring them to reality, pull them out of thin air. Very exciting to see people's reactions when they see my pieces and how excited they get. Um, Also, I feel like pottery can just be such a good gift. It's a very giftable art. So, yeah, that's kind of how I got into doing pottery. So, I was waitressing before I started doing pottery. I started waitressing in like March of this year, just at a little local diner brunch place in my hometown. And I enjoyed it. It was nice to have a little extra income to help pay for bills and stuff. But then once I started doing pottery, it was all that I thought about, and it was a very drastic difference in like constantly go, go, go of waitressing and like taking care of everybody's needs and like having my brain be in a million places at once compared to days that I wasn't working and I could just sit at home and not talk to anybody and just turn on a show and just drown out everything and just create. So after a while, it was like very draining on me to do both. It was at first a good contrast and I enjoyed it, and then it started to be like not great. And I like couldn't do it anymore. So I ended up quitting and going full time into pottery, which again couldn't have happened without the support of my husband because waitressing definitely helped ease up our finances just to have another income and just making money. So I was very thankful for his support to encourage me to do pottery full time, even though it was a scary decision. It just was the best choice for my mental health. And so I started full time in like October, I want to say. So yeah, I've been doing it full time and it's quite lovely. I can just wake up whenever, I can make my own schedule, and it's quite nice. And I really enjoy doing markets because then I can be in person with people and like explain everything. I really like teaching people about pottery because most people don't really know a whole lot about pottery or how it works or the whole process and how long it actually takes. So it's really fun informing people a little bit more about me. Like I said, my name is Mandy. I'm 22. I'll be 23 in June. I got married in April of 2024. So I've been married for a year and a half. Be 2 years in April. I grew up here in Illinois. Been in Illinois my whole life. I am a strong believer. We go to a non-denominational church here in Illinois. I've been a Christian my whole life. I gave my heart to Jesus when I was in like 7th grade, and I got baptized when I was like 19. Yeah, I love Jesus. He just loves us and cares for us a lot, and He wants the best for us, and He knows everything, and it's great to have somebody to turn to when He knows what the plan is for my life, so I can just ask Him about it, and yeah, it just helps me through everything. Yeah, I've always loved art, and I've always wanted to be an artist. Just didn't seem feasible. But it's very encouraging to have a husband that supports me and encourages me to keep pushing forward even when things are hard. So, the goal of this YouTube channel is that I really just want to focus on slowing down in life and being real because I feel like a lot of YouTube channels are just highlight reels of like how great life is, and think that doing this channel will be a fun way to document my life and just be able to look back on how much I've grown, especially in my pottery journey. I think that will be fun to just have documentation of, yeah, just be able to look back on. Yeah, I just want to share about life and be real and just slow down and enjoy the small things. Pottery really forces me to slow down because each stage takes time. You can't really rush the process because that's when things break. Yeah, it's definitely a slow down type of art. So I really appreciate that about it. Yeah, just be a cozy, crafty corner where we can do pottery and chat. And I would also like to share my resources of the products that I have found to be useful, and for anybody that is wanting to start doing pottery, just the best things that I've found to use. So that is my goal. I also would someday like to have my own studio where people can come and buy pottery and also take little pottery classes or have like little pottery painting events, or where people can like rent out the space and just like have little birthday parties or things like that. You can come paint pottery. I think that would be fun. think that went pretty well. All right. Now I just have to oatmeal everything, and I will be finished. Also, I didn't love the color of this tree, so I'm going to put a coat of oatmeal on it. Now we just need to wipe all the bottoms. We'll be done. So you have to wipe off everything that would be touching the shelf in the kiln, because otherwise it'll stick. So I got everything all glazed. And that's all for this video. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. And I'm excited to continue to make more videos. And if you liked watching this, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!